Tonight, undefeated Army vet Sammy Vasquez Jr. of Monessen, PA, comes home to Pittsburgh to face the undefeated James Stevenson in our Fox Sports 1 main event of the evening. Tonight we come to you from the City of Steel, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where a summer's night usually means Pittsburgh Pirates baseball, but not on this night. It's professional boxing taking center stage in the Consol Energy Center as Iron Mike Productions has put together this world-class boxing event. Our first fight of the evening is 8-round middleweight battle at 160 pounds as Ievgen Khytrov of Brooklyn, New York, via the Ukraine, takes on Willie Fortune of Detroit, Michigan. Next, it's a 10-round lightweight battle at 135 pounds as Monty Meza Clay of Rankin, Pennsylvania, with 31 wins, takes on Alan Herrera of Sinaloa, Mexico. He's got 32 wins. And our main event of the evening is a 10-round USBA welterweight championship at 147 pounds. The undefeated Sam Vasquez Jr. of Monessen, PA, takes on the undefeated James Stevenson of Baltimore, Maryland. The Consol Energy Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, of course, is the home of the National Hockey League Pittsburgh Penguins. But tonight, this is a boxing venue with a nice, tight ring. Hello again, everybody. I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan, and welcome to our telecast. Joining me is Raul El Diamante Marquez, former 154-pound champion of the world. Well, we've got a terrific main event for you tonight. It features two undefeated fighters and Sammy Vasquez Jr., who comes in here with a record of 15-0. He's from Monessen in Pennsylvania, so he's kind of the hometown favorite. And he takes on James Stevenson, who is also undefeated. He's 21-0 from Baltimore, Maryland. Well, Raul, the obvious question is, we know that Sammy Vasquez Jr. is a veteran of Iraq. He's had 2 tours of duty, so that means he's Army strong. He's very tough, and he's going to be a tough fighter tonight. But what do we know about him as a boxer?
Well, Vasquez is a very attractive fighter. He attracts a lot of people. And so far, every test that they put in front of him, he has passed. And he looks like at this like just another experience that's going to get him closer to fighting for a world title. He's got the experience. He's fought good competition, and he's going to do what he does best: pressure his opponent, close the distance, and good body attack, and just break him down round by round. And I think that we're going to see him work really hard tonight because he's fighting in front of his hometown kids. There's a kid that, hometown fans, there's a kid that's very confident and feels that he belongs with the elite, and next year he wants to be fighting for the world title.
All right, and then James Stevenson, the undefeated fighter from Baltimore, he calls himself Keep 'em Sleepin' Stevenson. That means he can bang. What about this guy?
Well, the kid said, look, I'm not going to get a hometown decision here. He's going for the knockout, or he wants to beat Vasquez every single round. He wants to go behind a strong jab, and he's looking to take him into deep water as something that Vasquez that has not seen before. He's never been past 6 rounds. Stevens has been 8 rounds a couple of times, 10 round once, and he wants to see how he's going to react. And he said, look, I'm not coming into the backyard to lose. I'm coming here to win and upset the hometown guy. All right, that's our main event. Mike Tyson is our host tonight, so let's drop in on the former heavyweight champion of the world. Here's Mike.
You may know me as the youngest heavyweight champion in the history of boxing. You may know me as that guy from one of your favorite movies. You may know me as a Broadway actor whose show toured around the world. And you're right, I'm all those things, but tonight, I'm a boxing promoter. I'm coming back home, back to the ring, back to my sanctuary. My mission at Iron Mike Productions is to bring boxing back to the basic level, the non-championship level, making it exciting and action-packed like it used to be when I was fighting. In Iron Mike Productions, we're gonna watch fighters climb up the ranks, and you're gonna know deep down who they truly are. I'm bringing fighting back to boxing, so strap on your seatbelts, guys. I guarantee you see a fight every time you watch Iron Mike Productions, guaranteed.
All right, to get things started here tonight, it's an 8-round middleweight battle featuring Ievgen Khytrov. He comes to us from the Ukraine, and you take a look at the tail of the tape, you see he's a whole lot younger by 8 years. The height, an inch difference, weight about the same, and as you take a look at the reach, it's exactly the same. So Ievgen Khytrov and Willie Fortune do battle here in our first fight of the evening. It's an 8-rounder, and Khytrov comes to us with a big amateur background. He was a 2012 Olympian, had several local and world amateur championships, but this is Willie Fortune. He likes to call himself Fortune 500. That's how he likes to be referred to. We'll just call him Fortune. 17-1 from Detroit, 8 knockouts. He turned pro in May of 2009 with a 4-round unanimous decision over Brian Smith in Detroit. Then he won his 15 first pro fights, all in Michigan, and has only lost by decision to Olympian Toriano Johnson in February of 2013 by a unanimous decision out in California. But as you know, Raul, since then he's had 2 straight wins, so Fortune's a very tough fighter. All right, before we do that, though, we're going to take a look at the Russian fighter, Ievgen Khytrov. Here we go.
Меня зовут Евгений Хитров, я из Украины, город Кривый Рог. Это, можно сказать, бандитский город, и я вырос на улице. Все мое время, можно сказать, родители работали для того, чтобы обеспечить семью, и мне приходилось расти на улице, и именно поэтому я выбрал спорт, для того, чтобы я смог защитить себя, защитить свою семью.
Khytrov is a very aggressive fighter. Sometimes fighters, they run around and make boring fights. This kid is an exciting fighter to watch.
В Украине, конечно, Майк Тайсон – это большая звезда, все о нем слышали, все о нем знают. Я только рад от того, что я могу представлять компанию Майка Тайсона и Fight Promotion вместе, поэтому приложу максимум усилий для того, чтобы добиться в ближайшее время драться за чемпионский пояс. Они сейчас все на Украине, смотрят мои бои. Мне их, конечно, не хватает, но в ближайшем будущем я надеюсь, что все они приедут сюда и будут меня поддерживать уже в Соединенных Штатах Америки.
And this is Ievgen Khytrov. This kid is a terrific fighter from the Ukraine, living in the United States now. Lives in Brooklyn, New York. He has the technical background from the Russian School of Boxing, but he's really adjusted well to the American style.
Yes, well, he's more of a brawler. He likes to come forward, rugged puncher, good body puncher. And he's been sparring with Danny Jacobs, who will be fighting tomorrow in New York. And, I mean, this kid had over 500 amateur fights. So that tells you everything. He's only 5-0, but he's fighting a guy that's got a lot more fights than he does.
All right, Bob Alexander, our ring announcer, is standing by, so let's get our first fight underway. Here's Bob Alexander.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Consol Energy Center in the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Tonight, our first bout is brought to you by Iron Mike Productions in association with Boilermakers Local 154, Beaver County Auto, Mountaineer Casino Racetrack and Resort, Jordan Jumpers, and Fight Promotions, Inc. This is a feature bout scheduled for 8 rounds of professional boxing in the middleweight division. Your judges scoring at ringside, Dana DePaulo, David Braslow, and Patrick Casey. When the bell rings, the man in charge, your referee, Ernest Sharif. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black, red, and gold. He weighed in at 160.25 pounds. His professional record, 17 wins, 1 loss, 8 wins by way of knockout. From the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, here is Willie, Fortune 500. His opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing gold and blue trunks. He weighed in at 160.5 pounds. As an amateur, a member of the 2012 Ukraine Olympic team in London. As a professional, he is undefeated. 5 wins, no losses, all 5 wins by way of knockout. Originally from Ukraine, now fighting out of Brooklyn, New York, here is Ievgen, the Ukrainian Lion, Khytrov.
All right, so the fight has come to the center of the ring. 10-point must scoring system, no standing 8 count. There's no 3 knockdown rule. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight.
I want you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times.
And it's Sharif, the referee.
Any questions, sir? Any questions? Touch him up and go.
All right, so Ievgen Khytrov has the gold and blue trunks. And in the black with the red and gold, you've got Fortune. So we're set to go here. This is scheduled for 8 rounds, middleweight division. Champions in that division, the WBA champ is Gennady Golovkin. WBC champ is Miguel Cotto and Ring Magazine champ. Sammy Solomon holds the IBF title. WBO Peter Quinlan is the champ. Right away, look at Khytrov. He's pounding the daylights out of Fortune. Fortune tries to hold his ground, but he can clip with a solid right hand. Khytrov is all over him and drops him here before the seats get warmed up. And the console energy center here in Pittsburgh as the count goes up to 8. Wortune trying to gather his wits about him. It's all over. The fight is stopped. How about that?
That's an explosive fighter. Excellent performance by Khytrov. Very surprising. This guy had only 1 loss against Olympian Toriano Johnson. And I like to look at prospects like this. He's only 5-0, not 6-0, with 6 knockouts. Very impressive. Got a bright future ahead of him. This is the way he did it. Look at him. He wasted no time. He jumped on him. Got to work right away. Very confident fighter there. Khytrov on him. Big shots, big punches. Busy fighter. And you saw Fortune just couldn't find any answers. Great performance by the Russian Khytrov.
Well, we're going to be seeing more of him on Mike Tyson's fights, that's for sure. Iron Mike Productions. It came in about 30 seconds or so of the first round. As I said, before the seats get warmed up here.
Settling down.
All right, we'll be right back for the official particulars momentarily. You stick right with us. More boxing coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Consol Energy Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, your referee in charge, Ernest Sharif, calls a halt to the bout at 30 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by TKO, still undefeated, Ievgen, the Ukrainian Lion, Khytrov.
Colonel Bob Sheridan back here at the Consol Energy Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where our first fight of the evening was a barn burner. It wasn't long. Ievgen Khytrov knocked out Willie Fortune in the very first round of the first fight of the evening. Well, Raul El Diamante Marquez is in there with Khytrov, so go ahead, Raul, take it away.
Thank you, Colonel. Well, first of all, congratulations on this big, explosive ring. You didn't even let me settle down and be ready. That was pretty quick.
Поздравляю тебя с быстрой победой. Очень быстро, даже не успел размяться.
Спасибо большое за победу, за поздравления. Мы готовились с тренером. Я показал все, на что я способен.
He's very grateful. He worked really hard in the gym, and he showed what he's capable of.
This was a guy that had never been knocked out. He's got 1 loss to an Olympian, Toriano Johnson. And did you expect this to get him out of there that quick?
Это первый раз. Ты ожидал так быстро его победить?
Это бокс, я готовился, я делал то, что я умею, и поэтому так и получилось.
He said this is boxing. He was very well prepared. The guy came in, he wanted to fight, and he gave him a fight, and that's what happened.
6-0, 6 knockouts. Who do you want next? Is there somebody needs to take you the distance? Don't you think so?
6-0, 6 нокаутов. Кого ты хочешь следующего?
Я готов драться со всеми, всему свое время. Переводи.
I'm ready to fight with anybody in time. I'm still working on a lot of stuff, but I'm ready.
Я хочу сказать, что следующий мой бой будет здесь, 14 ноября. Это место стало мне как вторым домом. Здесь очень гостеприимная публика.
We just found out his next fight is going to be on November 14th, right back here in Pittsburgh. And he says Pittsburgh is his new home, and he is very excited to be back here.
Я постараюсь вас удивить в следующий раз, 14 ноября.
He swears, he promises he's going to give a great show on November 14th. He's not going to let anybody down.
Thank you. Good luck. Let's go back to ringside.
All right, thank you very much. And Ievgen Khytrov certainly surprised the crowd here, much to their excitement, because it only lasted 30 seconds. And Willie Fortune was a reasonable fighter that coming in here with a record of 17-1. We'll be back with more action from Pittsburgh. Stick with us. Saturday, August 16th, UFC Fight Night returns to Fox Sports 1 with a full card of epic bouts, including a light heavyweight matchup between 8th-ranked Ryan Bader and 10th-ranked Ovince St. Preux. It all begins with a pre-fight show at 7 Eastern on Fox Sports 2, then catch the main event at 10 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 1. Welcome back to Pittsburgh. Our exciting first fight was something to behold of this young Ievgen Khytrov from the Ukraine. And now we're ready for our second fight of the evening. It's a scheduled 10-round